Alright, Steelers Nation, before we dive into the main topic of today, let's take a moment to recognize the hard work our team is putting in this offseason. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on a mission to improve, making moves that could set us up for a serious playoff run in 2025. And with that, it's time for all of us to stay engaged and support the squad. If you're excited about the direction Omar Khan and the front office are taking, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Let's jump into the good stuff. This offseason, the Steelers have been laser-focused on bolstering their secondary. While there are some solid cornerbacks available in free agency, it seems the trade market could be the real sweet spot. And now, a big name has entered the conversation: Jaire Alexander. According to Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, the Green Bay Packers are actively exploring trade talks involving their star cornerback. Although nothing is guaranteed, they're reportedly open to moving him for the right price. This could be the perfect opportunity for Pittsburgh to pull the trigger. With Dante Jackson set to hit the open market and Joey Porter Jr. as the only proven corner on the roster, the Steelers are in need of a reliable veteran to solidify the position. While Corey TCE Jr. shows potential, his injury history has prevented him from stepping up as a consistent starter, and while Beanie Bishop Jr. showed flashes, he's still an untested asset. Jaire Alexander would provide that elite, lockdown presence that Pittsburgh's defense needs. Despite some injury struggles in the past couple of seasons, playing only 14 games in the last 2 years, Alexander remains one of the league's top cornerbacks when healthy. Over his career, he's posted 12 interceptions and deflected 70 passes while limiting opponents to just 244 receptions on 413 targets. That's elite-level production by any standard. On the financial side, things get interesting. Alexander has 2 years left on his contract, but with no guaranteed money, the Packers could save over $17 million if they trade him after June 1st. His 2025 cap hit is around $24.96 million, rising to $27.37 million in 2026. If Pittsburgh could acquire him without sacrificing a first-round pick, this could be a game-changing move for the defense. But is it the right decision? Let's discuss it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the Steelers' quarterback situation. Omar Khan has made it clear, fixing the quarterback spot is a top priority. The front office has been vocal about their interest in either Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. But with both quarterbacks entering free agency, it leaves room for other possibilities. Mark Kaberle, a Steelers insider, recently speculated that Fields seems to be the team's preferred option. Here's the breakdown. If the Steelers had already made an offer to Wilson, it likely would have been accepted by now. Instead, the team seems to be waiting on Fields, seeing if he'll accept their offer before making any final decisions. However, Fields may be reluctant to sign a 1-year bridge deal and could be holding out for a long-term contract. Omar Khan has set a clear deadline for March 12th, the start of the league's new year. That means Fields doesn't have much time to make up his mind. If he waits too long, Pittsburgh may have to look elsewhere. While the Steelers are still very much keeping their options open, including considering veteran quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers or Matthew Stafford, the preference appears to be for continuity. Either Wilson or Fields would provide that. The challenge? None of these options are perfect. Wilson and Stafford are aging, and while Rodgers is still an elite quarterback, he'll come at a steep price. Fields is young with huge upside, but has yet to develop as expected. This is a huge decision that could define the Steelers' 2025 season, so let's hear from you. Who should be our starting quarterback next year? Fields, Wilson, or should we look at other options? In other news, linebacker Cole Hul has been working hard to recover from a knee injury that sidelined him for the entire 2024 season. Omar Khan recently shared that Hul was actually on track to return if the Steelers had gone deeper into the playoffs. That's huge for a defense that could use more veteran leadership and physicality in the middle. Hul, when healthy, is a tackling machine and a key communicator for the defense. His return could make a big impact. However, there's a wrinkle. Hul carries a hefty $7.6 million cap hit in 2025, which is a big number for a player who hasn't played since 2023. The Steelers may need to restructure his deal or possibly even move on from him. This is something to keep an eye on as the offseason progresses. Next up, let's talk about rookie wide receiver Roman Wilson. Unfortunately, the Steelers didn't get to see much of him in 2024, as he struggled with ankle and hamstring injuries. Wilson has a ton of potential, but his injury woes limited his opportunities. That said, Omar Khan is still very high on the young receiver. He believes Wilson could have been a real contributor had the Steelers made a playoff push. Khan expressed confidence in Wilson's abilities, noting that he was in a position to play if needed in the postseason. That's exciting news for Steelers fans, as Wilson was one of the most promising wide receivers in last year's draft class. If he can stay healthy, he could become a key weapon for whoever ends up at quarterback next season. Finally, let's touch on rookie safety Ryan Watts. Unfortunately, he had to miss his entire rookie season after suffering a neck injury in the final preseason game of 2024. Omar Khan had high praise for Watts, saying he was really coming along before the injury. Watts underwent neck surgery in January, and his future is uncertain. It's a tough break for the young safety, who was showing a lot of promise in training camp. Hopefully he can recover fully, but neck injuries are always tricky, so we'll have to see how it all plays out. It's clear there's a lot going on in Steelers Nation right now. The potential trade for Jaire Alexander could give Pittsburgh one of the top cornerback duos in the league, but is it worth the price? Meanwhile, the quarterback situation remains in limbo, with Fields looking like the top choice, but no deal in sight. There's also a lot of intrigue surrounding Cole Hul, Roman Wilson, and Ryan Watts. Now, it's your turn, Steelers fans. Should the team go after Jaire Alexander? Who should be the starting quarterback in 2025? Let's get the conversation going in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Steelers